Hi folks, welcome to the Dev Fraga channel, and today I'm going to discuss with you a pattern called Model-View-ViewModel or MVVM applied in React using custom hooks. So what is MVVM? So we have the M for model that represent our data in our application. We have the view. This layer is responsible to show the user interface, what the user see in the screen, and we have the view model. The view model is responsible to return the data for our view layer. So I don't want to do a deep dive in the concepts and the theory about the MVVM. I will leave in the description below some documentations where you can find more explanation about it. Our focus today is showing the practice how we can implement it using our React and custom hooks. All right, so for the example today, I create a simple React application using Vite, where we have two components. The first one is a form, and the second one is a table. So here we can see the user interface, where we can add the name and the last name, and click and add user. So as you can see, it's a simple user interaction. I am saving inside this user state what is my list of users. To represent an external API where we can find a list of users and also save a new user, I create an service here where I have an get responsible to return the list of user and also an post request responsible to submit a new user. Don't worry about it. I will leave in the comments below a Git repository where you can find this service to run in your local environment. To start our representation, the first thing that we need to do in our application is create a request to our service and show the list of users in the stream. So the first step here is create a custom hook. So I'm creating here a folder called hooks just to storage our hook files. And our hook responsible to handle the user data and behaviors call use users. Right, so here we have our hooks. So the first function that we need to create is our function responsible to return our list of user. Right, we don't have yet the implementations, but we can already integrate with our layer. So we can back to our app and call our custom hook. Right, and this custom hook is returning to us the function responsible to get the user list. Right. So every time that we want to access our page, this page here, we want to show the list of user. So usually to create it, we can create a use effect here. So let's integrate the view model layer to our model layer. So what is the model layer? It represents our service, the layer responsible to call our backend. So let's create here service user. Right, so inside our user service, you need to create our function responsible to get our list of user. Okay, perfect. So for this example, I'm going to use fetch. So let me create here a const with our base URL. All right, so it represents our domain for our local service. So now let's create our request, and I'm putting here a simple try cat just to handle some possible error. Right. Right. So the route responsible to fetch our user is slash users. Right. So let's now integrate with our custom hook. Right here, let's create the instance to our service layer, our model, user service, and we can here get the function responsible to return the users. And here, let's see if we have a perfect integration, right? So here we have the request to the user. Let me just parse it just to facilitate. All right. So here we are receiving two requests because probably we have the strict mode inside our main. Let me comment it. Right, we have just a request. Perfect. All right, so now let's try to move this use state inside our custom hook. All right, and these hooks should be responsible also to return the list of users because I want to abstract more. So, all right, we can remove this and we can get the user here. And also let's return our set user. All right, so what we have here, we are getting the request because we have our list, the function responsible to get the user list. And also we have the const or the state responsible to handle the user, and also the function responsible to set the users. All right, but here we are calling the use effect inside our view layer. So let's also move this to our user hook. So here, so every time that we request a new list of user, so it will be happening just the first time when you create the instance of the hooks here, calling this. So here we can set also the list of users. So let's see what happened. All right, so every time that we access the application, now we are calling user. So here we have a good example using the MVVM inside the view layer. We don't have any data manipulation because we isolate it inside the user hooks. So now let's create one more example to finish our examples. Let's create integration with the CFC to add a new user. So inside our user hooks, let's create a new function to add the new user, right? So here we have a function responsible to add the user where receive has a parameter the new user. Let's return it. Here we can call the function, and in the function responsible to submit that return the new user from our form, we can send the name and last name. All right, so here we have the function responsible to call and insert the new user. This is a post, and here we are send the user. All right, so let's integrate here. Inside our custom hooks, we have the instance for the user. We can call here, set new user, and here we can insert the user. All right, perfect. So let's see what happened. Let's add a new one, dev2, rather 2. Right here we can see and post, right? Let's add one more. You can see another post. And now let's access again the page. Let's see if we have a perfect update of our user state. And with the list that we add. Just access a new tab here just to check that we have a perfect update of our state. All right, so that is it. Just a quick recap. We create a custom hooks here with the abstractions for get and add new user, and also return a list of user. Of course, you can improve it. For example, create, for example, a state of loading where when you start the fetch, you can put true. And when the fetch finish, you can put false and return it for your layer, view layer. And here you can implement some loading state and receive it and receive loading state. Of course, it was just a simple example, guys, show you how you can use the MVVM using custom hooks. Of course, there are a lot of other examples and better solutions, right, of it, but it's just an example. With it, you can create code abstracted, you can facilitate your tests and also improve the developer experience of your team, right? I hope that you enjoy it, and I see you soon.